Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your 2025 forecast. Okay, we have 6 cards here that I pulled ahead of time so I can spend time talking, all right, and giving you the information coming in from Spirit today. That's God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you. I'm going to clarify with Tarot. But we have different topics we're going to talk about. These can be messages, predictions, advice, guidance, just a good way to really start planning out your 2025 and how you want to enter it and be in it. Okay, so let's get started. First card we have coming out is a challenge you may face this coming year. And we have hope. When I see the hope card, okay, which is the star card in tarot, that's all about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes for yourself, okay? That's all about, being inspired and being authentic and being open to the opportunity to, or the possibility even, to, I want to say success, to be a shining star. You may have some dreams and wishes here, I feel, right? That you may be feeling like isn't going to happen. Maybe you've been trying to manifest, trying to bring it into reality. Okay, and it's just not happening. And so your hope, your faith in Spirit and yourself is kind of going to the wayside. You're like, I've been trying, I've been doing, I've been asking, I've been praying, I've been meditating, right? Oh my heavens, and it's the star card again. Wow. Oh, they are doubling down on this. There is something, Gemini, that has got you in, I want to say, maybe a bit of a negative state of mind about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. And it's challenging because you don't understand why things aren't happening for you. Okay? But what I want to say, and I don't, this is not to hurt your feelings, but what I want to say, because it's very important that we have to understand, are we doing our part? We can meditate, we can write it down, we can burn it in the fire, we can journal it, we can speak it to the universe and positivity every day. But if we, and they hear and they understand, but what I want to say is, usually there's a human part that needs to be working on this as well. It doesn't just all happen up in spirit, right? So what I'm kind of wondering here is, are you doing your part? That may be the challenge. You've asked, but you haven't started contributing yet. Okay, that could be one thing for some people. The other thing can be, I always like to say when it comes to trying to manifest, are we manifesting something that we truly, or are we planting the seeds? Check out my new and full moons, okay? Just because you see a sign on there, that's the energy. It's not just for that sign. It's actually for all 12 zodiac signs. So check that out. We always have to do our part. And if we are trying to plant the seeds and bring in, what we think would be good for us, like a new car, but the question really is, do I need a new car? What do I want a new car just because I want a new car? Like, is there actually something wrong? This is just a very easy way to explain it. Like, is there actually something wrong with the car I have? Because Spirit is maybe not going to bring into you the frivolous things or the things that you don't really need, okay? They may not bring in the want, okay? That's what I want to say, Gemini. So really take a good look at this and kind of maybe reevaluate, okay, well, What were those hopes, dream, wishes that I've been trying to manifest, bring into reality that hasn't been happening? And let's see if you can't maybe overcome the challenge. Like what is it? I don't know. That's what I'm kind of getting. It's almost like wanting a job, but not putting out any resumes, or wanting a job because you do need a job, but you're just putting resumes out everywhere, not to what it is that you actually want to do. It's that kind of thing, okay? I'm just going to leave it there. Now, let's move on to positive energy to embrace, or to bring maybe joy into your life. Victory and success. I love this. Someone else had this too, and I just love this right here. Is about you celebrating you, okay? And here, and that's a very good question right there. Are you celebrating yourself? Do you feel worthy of it? That's the other thing. That's something that could be blocking and making it a challenge. Interesting. But this is all about victory, success. And I said it with, I don't know who else got this, but I said, it's okay to pat yourself on the back. It's okay if you have a small victory, a big one, a small success, or a big one. Either way, you know what? Shout it from the rooftops. I said, as long as you're not up there bragging and acting all boastful and whatever, like genuinely, authentically, wanting to celebrate the good things in your life, you should be doing. And maybe that's it too. It's like having gratitude. That could tie back into here too, okay? So let's just, like being thankful for what it is that you already have. Like I said, that car, right? So, yeah, let me get a tarot, though, to go with this. If there's an opportunity to celebrate yourself, I love it. Like the Queen of Pentacles, in a good, grounded, practical, right? I said you don't need to be up shouting from the rooftops all, in your ego and boastful. But, maybe this is a financial success for you. Maybe these little successes are going to lead to a financial or abundant success for you. I just want to say that. But also take on her energy, right? If you're doing a good job, if you're a good provider, if you're a good parent, if you're, financially stable and have been really doing everything you can to make that happen, celebrate it and pat yourself on the back. Okay, that's what I want to say about that. Negative or shadow energy for you to work on. But seriously, every opportunity, even if it's just with your family or a close friend or a spouse or partner, you know what? Maybe it's, something really good happened. Let's, treat ourselves to a really nice dinner that we normally either wouldn't make or go out for. That kind of thing. It doesn't have to be a big party. But hey, if you want to do that, you most certainly can too. But back to now, negative shadow energy to work on. These are the things that maybe we just don't like about ourselves so much, that we know there can be improvement upon. Almost like, you act better, you do better type of thing. But interesting, again, this is like I'm getting some recurring messages here in some of the piles, and not due to a lack of shuffle in the cards. This is from Spirit, and they're really talking to people about this. This is really a time. If any partnership in your life, from business, platonic, romantic, whatever type of partnership it is, you're dating someone, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, any alliances you may have for whatever reason, groups of people, right? Or a certain person here or there. This is all about the communication with them, okay? There's something shadowy or something a little negative that needs to be worked on. And you'll be aware of it because, we know when things aren't, you know, going good or right or whatever, however we want to say it. We know that. So what we're trying to say here is you need to work on it. There's some shadow, negative energy, low vibrational energy when it comes to these partnerships and alliances that needs to be worked on. And if it's communication, it's communication, right? Let me look here, the Page of Pentacles. See, this is interesting because I feel like this, maybe for a few of you or more than the majority of you, it could be when it comes to work, your job, your career or business, right? The partnerships and alliances you have within there. Oh, I've got a little sun coming in here. That's nice. But the Page of Pentacles is very much all about new opportunities, new financial opportunities, manifesting, bringing abundance in, whether it's money or things, right? Assets. They're all about developing skills. So maybe there's something negative in those areas, right? When it comes to your partnerships and alliances that needs to be talked about and sorted out and figured out, and where you come to a peaceful resolution with it, okay? Yeah, I really strongly, you need to be helping each other. And maybe right now that isn't happening. And whether, again, it's at work, it can be in any area of your life when it comes to partnerships and alliances. Maybe it's the amount of work that's done in the home. I just was because today was recycling day, who's putting the recycling out? Who's going to pick the bin up out at the curb? You know what? Sometimes there needs to be a list. Sometimes there needs to be a list so the work is evenly distributed in the household, okay? Because you have a lot of partnerships within a household, right? If it's your spouse, your significant other, your children, you may have other people living with you, whatever it is, something needs to be communicated here so that things can run smoothly, okay? That's what I feel the message is. Now, let's talk about what you need to make room for. We have the universe. I like that. Maybe you need to make more room in your life for spirit. Maybe you need to make more room for spirit, connecting with spirit. Maybe you need out in your life, you need to make more room for getting out in the world. Okay, this is actually the world card. Maybe you need to get out in the world and start connecting with different people, doing different things. What does the world have to offer you? And if you're just, not going out and finding out, they want you to make room for it because there's something that you need to find out, I want to say. For some of you, maybe you have come full circle in your life in some area, okay? You've completed something, a phase. You've completed a project. Again, this can be in any area of your life. Well, you know what? It's time now you've completed it. It's good. You release it and let it go so that you can start bringing in new abundance, all right? I feel like this is really kind of a theme here for you. Look, the 8 of Cups. Yeah. Walk away from, and not because it's a bad thing, but just, you know what? You've completed it now. Walk away from it, okay? And for some of you, it could be because you've completed a cycle, in your life, and you may need to, if it was a marriage or a relationship or a job, and it's now over, you need to walk away so that you can make room for new again to come in, okay? So, it's a big old world out there. For some of you, it's just getting out there and exploring it and being part of it or universe, right? Like feeling it. I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it, Gemini. All right. Now, let's move on to what you need to avoid. suffering in silence. Suffering in silence is the Hermit card, okay? I'm going to get a tarot with this too, because I just really feel like, I mean, this is you sitting up on the top of the mountain. It's kind of what the Hermit card depicts at times, right? You climb the mountain, you've got your lantern, you're going up to get the answers, but you're going up to find the answers from within your own light, okay? That's what you're kind of doing. Some of you, what you need to avoid here is hermiting away and suffering. Literally, I'm taking the card at value. Hermiting away and suffering in silence. You need to speak your truth. You need to speak to someone, a confidant, someone that is not, that's going to be able to give you good, sound, solid advice or guidance. You can go to Spirit for it, okay? You could go to a professional for it if that's what you want to do, if it's something you don't want to share with friends, family, a confidant. But you need to go to someone, okay? Look at this. I love this. This is two friends. This is happiness. Look, they're sharing, okay? Okay, in the context of this reading, that's what the Six of Cups is today. It can also be remembering back to the time when you weren't suffering in silence. They want you to avoid that. If it is in any area of your life too, it doesn't mean there needs to be a, down and out, drag them out, fight and argument and all that about it. Absolutely not. At work, at home, wherever it is, but you can't suffer in silence. You need to speak. You need to speak. You need to speak to someone, okay? I love the sun shining in here for you, Gemini. Let's get into the next card. What opportunity should you seize or grab a hold of? Discontent and boredom. Well, they don't want you to grab a hold of discontent and boredom, but sometimes I say these cards have to come out because maybe there isn't an opposite card in the deck for this, okay? But here's what you need to grab a hold of. So back here, we were talking about your wishes, your dreams, celebrating yourself, really working on the partnerships and for things to be, I really feel like helping one another in equal, okay? Something has come to an end or is coming to an end. You need to walk away from it. But also, it could be that something, that was kind of like if it was negative, but if something good has happened, it's still walking away because you need to make room for more good to come in. I just really feel that they want you to grab a hold of anything opposite of this. If you are discontent, you need to find out what it is, Gemini, that brings contentment and peace and harmony and balance into your life. If you are bored, get out in the world. If you are bored, if everything just seems blah, why would I do that? Blah. Okay, like the opportunities you need to grab a hold of is anything that brings contentment to you, peace, harmony, balance, anything that brings some excitement into your life. We have here where I live, we have some casinos, and there's one casino called Casino Rama, and I think one of the commercials on TV or the radio, whatever it was we deal excitement, okay? So whatever it is, Gemini, that can deal you up some excitement, that's what you need to seize and grab a hold of. And the message here is Spirit is going to bring those things to you. They're going to bring them. They're going to bring them, whether it be through you hear something, you see something, maybe you see an ad for Casino Rama. You may not live here, but you know what I mean, right? So you're like, you know what? I wouldn't mind going and playing a slot machine or some blackjack or whatever, the other games are. I really don't know. And you're like, you know what? I need to get out and do that. Or you know what? If I did this, then I would feel really good. It would just feel good and I'd feel content, right? So you might read something, see something, a commercial, hear something on the radio. You may have a friend coming in saying, you know what? Let's do this or whatever. You need to grab a hold of those opportunities, okay? Because they're going to be sending them to you. Oh, I love it. Out came the high priestess. Okay, what I want to say about it is be the high priestess. Like I said, whenever the court or major arcana cards come out, look, you don't, as I was saying, you don't need intuition to know what's going to be good and what to take advantage and grab a hold of here, okay, when it comes into you. But what they do want you to do is she is feminine energy on steroids, okay? Like step into your feminine energy. Step in to a state of balance and flow and calm, okay? They want you to do that. It's going to help you when it's time to seize or grab a hold of the opportunities, okay? For you to be standing strong in your feminine energy, for you to be standing strong in clarity, for you to be standing strong in balance. That is going to help you with this. And look, that's a 4. 4 is about stability and structure and inward focus. Again, the high priestess just always goes within to find her answers too. She's a bit like the hermit in that way, I want to say, right? Or the magician. They just have a knowing. And maybe for you, I'm saying that because you just are going to have a knowing and you're just going to have to decide, that's it. No more boredom for me. I'm going out to deal my own excitement. So, Gemini, that is your reading. I want to thank you for your support in 2024. And even if you supported me before that, thank you, thank you. If you are a Gemini that is new, you come in just for this 2025 forecast, please consider subscribing. There's some really great readings on my channel from Spirit. And I would really love for you to check them out. Subscribe. Everyone hit that like button. You know what? If you like the cards, if you like my energy, if you like parts of the reading, please hit that like button. And, I wish you all the best for 2025. There's a bit of work for you to do here. There's a bit of work for you to do. But Gemini, you can do it. You are a communicator. You are an idea person, okay? You can do this and make it happen. But what I also love is Spirit has given you not just some things that need to be worked on for 2025, right? But what the outcomes can be if you do it. So thank you for being here, Gemini. I appreciate it and wish you all the best for 2025.